Have you ever found yourself ruminating, wondering how you ended up agreeing to something you initially didn't want? You questioned why certain conversations leave you feeling as if you're in a fog, doubting your own thoughts. It could be that you're being subtly manipulated without even realizing it. In this interconnected world, we're constantly interacting with different people, each with their own intentions and methods. Often these interactions are harmless or even enriching, but what happens when others' intentions become dark and their methods manipulative? Today, we're delving into the complex and often hidden world of manipulation. This video isn't just a simple talk. It's a revelation, a journey towards understanding the 10 most subtle and powerful forms of manipulation, and most importantly, how you can defend yourself against them. Why is this knowledge crucial? Because we live in an era where manipulation doesn't just come from the people around us, but also from larger omnipresent structures like media and social networks. Knowing these techniques isn't just an act of self-protection. It's a step towards greater autonomy and personal freedom. Today, we will guide you through this labyrinth, showing you how to recognize and neutralize these tactics, from gaslighting that makes you question your reality to emotional manipulation that plays with your deepest feelings. Together, we'll unravel these strategies, providing you with the tools to maintain your power and make decisions that truly reflect your desires and needs. Join us on this journey of discovery and empowerment. If you're new here, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Number 1. Emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation operates like an intricate chess match played out in the depths of your mind, where your emotions are the pieces and your thoughts form the board. Picture yourself wandering through an enchanted forest where each tree embodies a distinct emotion: joy, fear, guilt, each capable of being shaken to unsettle your balance. It's crucial to grasp that emotional manipulation often operates under a cloak of disguise. It might masquerade as concern from a friend, affection from a partner, or even as a loaded silence from a colleague. The manipulator behaves like a skilled magician, deftly diverting your attention from their true intentions. It begins subtly, with innocuous actions or words that slowly entwine you in a mesh of uncertainty and apprehension. One frequently employed tactic is guilt. Imagine a friend requesting a favor, one that's inconvenient or inappropriate. Upon your refusal, they might sigh, looking at you with disappointment that speaks volumes. "I thought we were close," they might say, leaving you grappling with self-doubt, feeling selfish for prioritizing your own needs. Imagine you have a friend, Sarah, who often leans on you for emotional support. She's going through a tough time at work and frequently calls you late at night, pouring out her frustrations. Initially, you're glad to lend a listening ear and offer advice. However, over time, you notice a pattern. Whenever you share good news about your own life or need support yourself, Sarah subtly shifts the conversation back to her own issues. She dismisses your achievements with a casual remark or changes the subject entirely. You begin to feel like your problems are insignificant compared to hers, and your joy is dampened by a sense of guilt for burdening her with your struggles. Sarah's behavior exemplifies emotional manipulation through subtle undermining. By consistently redirecting conversations to her own problems and downplaying yours, she subtly asserts control over the emotional dynamic of your friendship. Her actions leave you feeling inadequate and hesitant to share your successes or hardships, fostering a one-sided relationship where her needs consistently take precedence. Another example could be in a romantic relationship. Imagine you're dating someone, Alex, who often uses passive-aggressive comments to influence your decisions. For instance, whenever you suggest plans with friends or express interest in pursuing a hobby independently, Alex responds with silence or a heavy sigh, implying disappointment or disapproval. This passive-aggressive behavior creates a sense of unease and guilt within you, making you second-guess your choices to avoid causing further tension. Over time, Alex's subtle manipulation erodes your confidence and independence. You find yourself constantly seeking Alex's approval before making decisions, prioritizing their feelings over your own desires. This imbalance in power dynamics within the relationship stifles your personal growth and leaves you feeling emotionally drained, as if you're walking on eggshells to avoid triggering Alex's disapproval. In a workplace scenario, imagine you have a colleague, Mike, who consistently volunteers you for extra tasks without consulting you first. He frames it as a gesture of trust in your abilities, but fails to acknowledge the added workload or your existing commitments. When you express reluctance or ask for clarification on priorities, Mike responds with comments like, "I thought you were up for the challenge," or "I knew I could count on you," subtly implying that refusing would reflect poorly on your dedication or competence. Mike's approach manipulates your sense of professional identity and obligation. By portraying his requests as opportunities for growth and trust, he subtly pressures you into accepting more work than you can manage comfortably. This manipulation not only strains your work-life balance, but also undermines your autonomy in prioritizing tasks according to your workload and deadlines. In a family context, consider a parent who consistently uses guilt as a means of influencing your decisions. For example, whenever you express a desire to pursue a career path they disapprove of, they respond with statements like, "After everything we've sacrificed for you, you're choosing this?" Or, "You're breaking our hearts by going against our wishes." These guilt-inducing remarks create a sense of indebtedness and obligation, making it difficult for you to assert your own aspirations and choices without feeling selfish or ungrateful. Such emotional manipulation within families can create long-lasting effects on self-esteem and decision-making abilities. It fosters a dynamic where fulfilling familial expectations takes precedence over personal fulfillment, leading to inner conflict and resentment over suppressed ambitions or desires. In social circles, imagine a friend group where one member, Lisa, consistently uses fear tactics to maintain influence. For instance, whenever someone suggests exploring new activities or befriending new people, Lisa subtly warns about potential risks or negative consequences. She might say things like, "I've heard stories about people getting hurt doing that," or "It's risky to trust strangers these days," subtly instilling fear and uncertainty in others' minds. Lisa's use of fear subtly manipulates the group dynamic by promoting caution and dependency on her guidance. It discourages independent decision-making and exploration, creating a group atmosphere where members hesitate to step out of their comfort zones or challenge Lisa's opinions for fear of negative outcomes. These examples illustrate how emotional manipulation can manifest in various aspects of life, from friendships and romantic relationships to work environments and family dynamics. Recognizing these subtle tactics is crucial for maintaining healthy boundaries, preserving autonomy, and nurturing genuine connections based on mutual respect and understanding. Another insidious tactic is fear. Someone might hint, without stating it outright, that dire consequences await if you fail to heed their advice or comply with their wishes. It's akin to stumbling through darkness, with the manipulator holding the only light, making you reliant on their guidance and fearful of deviating from their path. How does one defend against these tactics? Firstly, through self-awareness. Understanding your own emotions. What brings you joy, sadness, anger, or fear is akin to knowing each plant in your garden. This awareness forms the bedrock for recognizing when someone attempts to toy with your emotions. Secondly, establish firm boundaries. This isn't about constructing impregnable barriers, but rather about having doors you can open or shut as needed. Learn to say no without guilt and accept that it's impossible to please everyone all the time. Thirdly, seek equilibrium in your relationships. A healthy relationship resembles a dance where both partners move in harmony and mutual respect. If you find yourself constantly dancing to someone else's rhythm, it's time to reassess that relationship. Lastly, never underestimate the power of open communication. Confronting emotional manipulation isn't simple, but sometimes expressing your feelings honestly, saying, "I feel uncomfortable," or "I'm not okay with this," can alter the dynamic. Emotional manipulation is a shadowy art, but armed with awareness, boundaries, balance, and communication, you can master the art of safeguarding your emotions. Remember, in life's chess game, you hold the reins to your own destiny. Number 2, beware of logical fallacies. In the realm of discourse and debate, logical fallacies stand as deceptive traps that can undermine the credibility and integrity of arguments. Imagine them as elusive oases in a vast desert, initially appearing as sources of clarity and truth, but upon closer inspection, revealing themselves to be mere illusions that lead astray. A logical fallacy occurs when an argument appears valid on the surface but lacks sound reasoning or fails to provide sufficient evidence to support its claims. These fallacies pervade everyday communication, often subtly influencing perceptions and decisions if not identified and challenged. Among the most recognizable fallacies is the ad hominem attack, where rather than addressing the substance of an argument, one attacks the character or personal attributes of the opponent. For instance, in a heated debate about policy, instead of engaging with the merits of a proposal, a debater might resort to criticizing the opponent's appearance or personal background. This tactic aims to distract and discredit rather than engage in meaningful discourse, akin to throwing sand in someone's eyes to obscure their vision. One Stoic proverb that aptly illustrates the importance of recognizing and avoiding logical fallacies is, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it." Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests. This proverb, often attributed to the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, encapsulates the Stoic belief in facing challenges with resilience and wisdom. In the context of logical fallacies, the proverb underscores the idea that navigating through deceptive arguments and flawed reasoning requires skill and steadfastness. Just as skillful pilots earn their reputation from navigating through storms and tempests, individuals who adeptly discern and counter logical fallacies in discourse earn respect and preserve the integrity of their arguments. Logical fallacies, such as ad hominem attacks or slippery slope arguments, are like turbulent storms in the sea of debate. They obscure clarity and truth, tempting individuals to veer off course or succumb to misleading conclusions. However, just as a skilled pilot remains focused on charting a course amidst turbulent weather, individuals equipped with critical thinking and logical reasoning skills can navigate through the complexities of arguments without being swayed by fallacious reasoning. For instance, when faced with an ad hominem attack, where personal characteristics are criticized instead of addressing the substance of an argument, a Stoic-inspired approach would involve maintaining composure and refocusing on the core issue at hand. Rather than being derailed by personal attacks, one would emulate the Stoic virtue of resilience by calmly redirecting the discussion back to factual evidence and logical reasoning. Similarly, when encountering a slippery slope fallacy, which predicts dire consequences from a minor action without sufficient evidence, a Stoic mindset would emphasize the importance of questioning assumptions and demanding empirical support. Stoicism encourages individuals to cultivate clarity of thought and to resist the emotional sway of exaggerated predictions, staying grounded in rational assessment and evidence-based reasoning. The Stoic philosophy also advocates for self-awareness and introspection, qualities that are crucial in recognizing one's own susceptibility to fallacious thinking. Just as a skilled pilot assesses weather patterns and navigational risks before embarking on a journey, individuals practicing Stoicism reflect on their own cognitive biases and tendencies towards logical fallacies. This self-awareness enables them to approach arguments with humility and a willingness to re-evaluate their positions based on sound reasoning and evidence. Moreover, the Stoic principle of ethical argumentation aligns with the proverb's emphasis on gaining reputation through navigating difficult challenges. By adhering to principles of honesty, integrity, and intellectual rigor in discourse, individuals not only enhance their own credibility but also contribute to a culture of respectful and constructive dialogue. This commitment to ethical argumentation ensures that the pursuit of truth and understanding remains paramount, despite the adversities posed by logical fallacies. In essence, the Stoic proverb about skillful pilots gaining their reputation from storms and tempests serves as a timeless reminder of the virtues required to navigate through the tumultuous seas of debate. By cultivating resilience, critical thinking, self-awareness, and ethical conduct, individuals can effectively counter logical fallacies, uphold the integrity of their arguments, and contribute meaningfully to intellectual discourse and understanding. Just as skilled pilots earn renown for safely navigating through storms, so too do individuals earn respect for their ability to navigate through the complexities of reasoned debate with clarity and integrity. Another prevalent fallacy is the hasty generalization, where broad conclusions are drawn from limited or anecdotal evidence. It's akin to assuming all members of a group share identical traits based on a few examples, perpetuating stereotypes and biases. This fallacy fosters misunderstandings and oversimplifies complex issues, hindering genuine understanding and dialogue. The slippery slope fallacy operates on the premise that one action will inevitably lead to a series of increasingly dire consequences, often without sufficient evidence to support such claims. For instance, suggesting that a minor policy change will lead to catastrophic outcomes without demonstrating a causal link between the two. This fallacy exploits fear and exaggerates potential outcomes to manipulate opinions and influence decision-making. To protect oneself from these fallacies, acquiring knowledge about their forms and recognizing how they manifest in arguments is crucial. It's akin to equipping oneself with a compass in the desert of discourse, enabling discernment between valid reasoning and deceptive tactics. Furthermore, cultivating critical thinking skills is essential. Rather than passively accepting arguments at face value, critical thinkers question assumptions, evaluate evidence, and assess the logical coherence of claims. This approach mirrors a detective's search for truth amidst layers of rhetoric and persuasion, aiming for clarity and informed judgment. Lastly, ethical argumentation involves avoiding the use of logical fallacies oneself. By adhering to principles of honesty, accuracy, and logical rigor in discussions, individuals contribute to a culture of integrity and constructive dialogue. This commitment to intellectual honesty fosters mutual respect and enhances the quality of discourse, promoting genuine understanding and collaborative problem-solving. In essence, vigilance against logical fallacies serves as a safeguard in the dynamic landscape of debate, guiding individuals toward reasoned conclusions and shielding them from the pitfalls of deceptive reasoning. By honing these skills, individuals empower themselves to engage in meaningful exchanges with clarity, integrity, and a commitment to truth-seeking, ensuring that discourse remains a vehicle for enlightenment rather than manipulation. Number 3. Gaslighting detection. Gaslighting, a psychological tactic named after the play and film Gaslight, represents a subtle yet potent form of manipulation aimed at distorting an individual's perception of reality. It operates like a psychological chess game where the manipulator strategically undermines the victim's confidence in their own thoughts, memories, and feelings. Imagine entering your home to find furniture rearranged, only to have someone insist it has always been that way. This scenario vividly captures the essence of gaslighting, where reality is twisted or denied to make the victim doubt their own senses. For instance, if you recall a specific conversation or event clearly, the gaslighter might deny it ever happened, causing you to question your memory and perception. Gaslighting commonly employs denial as a tactic, where the manipulator refuses to acknowledge facts or experiences that contradict their narrative. This can be profoundly disorienting and isolating, as the victim's grasp on reality is systematically undermined. It's like being told that something you distinctly remember never occurred, leaving you feeling confused and unsure of what to believe. Distorting facts is another prevalent method in gaslighting. The manipulator may selectively present information or reinterpret events to suit their agenda, further blurring the line between truth and fiction. This deliberate manipulation of information can lead the victim into a labyrinth of uncertainty, where distinguishing between reality and falsehood becomes increasingly challenging. Additionally, gaslighting often involves trivializing the victim's emotions or concerns. This can manifest as dismissing valid feelings as overreactions or exaggerations, undermining the victim's sense of worth and exacerbating feelings of self-doubt. It's like being made to feel foolish or irrational for expressing genuine distress or frustration, further eroding confidence in one's own perceptions and experiences. To effectively detect and counteract gaslighting, it is crucial to cultivate self-awareness and trust in your intuition. Recognizing patterns of manipulation and acknowledging when something feels off can serve as early warning signs. Keeping a detailed record of interactions, such as maintaining a journal or documenting conversations, provides concrete evidence to validate your memories and refute distortions. Seeking support from trusted friends, family members, or mental health professionals can also provide valuable perspective and validation. Discussing your experiences with others who can offer an objective viewpoint can help clarify confusing situations and reaffirm your sense of reality. Building and maintaining strong emotional boundaries is essential in protecting yourself from the psychological effects of gaslighting, ensuring that your perceptions and feelings are respected and valued. In conclusion, gaslighting is a harmful tactic that undermines an individual's sense of reality and self-worth through subtle manipulation and distortion. By remaining vigilant, trusting your instincts, and seeking support when needed, you can defend against gaslighting and preserve your mental and emotional well-being. Remember, your experiences and perceptions are valid, deserving of recognition and respect in all interactions. By prioritizing self-care and maintaining clarity in your perceptions, you can navigate relationships and situations with confidence and resilience. Number 4, awareness of group pressure. Group pressure, in its various forms, exerts a profound influence on our decisions, beliefs, and behaviors across different contexts and stages of life. Whether subtly insidious or overtly coercive, it operates as a powerful social force that taps into our fundamental need for acceptance and belonging. From the formative years of adolescence to the complexities of professional environments and the nuances of digital interactions, understanding and navigating group pressure is crucial for maintaining personal integrity and making informed choices. During adolescence, peer groups play a pivotal role in shaping identity and social acceptance. The desire to fit in and be liked often leads individuals to conform to group norms, whether it's adopting fashion trends, cultural practices, or ideological beliefs. This period of socialization can be both enriching and challenging, as young people negotiate between asserting their individuality and aligning with peer expectations to avoid isolation or rejection. Psychologically, group pressure operates through mechanisms of conformity and social comparison. Solomon Asch's classic experiments on conformity demonstrated how individuals may go against their own perceptions to align with group majorities. This phenomenon highlights the potency of social influence in shaping individual behavior, illustrating how even subtle cues from peers can sway decisions and attitudes. In professional settings, group dynamics influence decision-making processes and organizational culture. Within teams and committees, individuals may find themselves navigating pressures to conform to dominant perspectives or consensus-driven approaches. The phenomenon of groupthink, identified by Irving Janis, underscores how cohesive groups prioritize harmony over critical evaluation, potentially stifling dissenting viewpoints and innovative thinking. Resisting group pressure requires a balance between internal resilience and external support. Developing strong self-esteem and self-awareness provides a solid foundation for asserting individual values and making independent choices. This inner strength enables individuals to navigate social pressures without compromising their integrity, fostering authenticity in personal and professional interactions. Moreover, cultivating relationships with supportive peers who respect individuality is essential for mitigating the negative effects of group pressure. Surrounding oneself with diverse perspectives and encouraging open dialogue fosters a culture where dissent is valued as a catalyst for growth and innovation. These relationships serve as buffers against conformity pressures, promoting a climate where individuals feel empowered to express dissenting opinions and challenge prevailing norms constructively. In the digital age, social media amplifies the reach and intensity of group pressure through viral trends, influencer culture, and online communities. The immediacy of digital platforms can create a virtual echo chamber where conformity to popular opinions or behaviors is rewarded with likes, shares, and validation. This phenomenon underscores the importance of digital literacy and critical thinking in navigating online interactions, encouraging individuals to discern between genuine personal values and fleeting digital trends. Historically and contemporarily, group dynamics have shaped societal norms and political movements, illustrating both the constructive potential and perilous consequences of collective behavior. From movements for social justice to instances of mass hysteria and conformity, understanding the dynamics of group pressure is essential for promoting ethical decision-making and responsible citizenship. Navigating group pressure is not merely about resistance, but also about cultivating resilience and ethical leadership. By fostering a strong sense of identity grounded in personal values, individuals can contribute positively to their communities while embracing diversity of thought and constructive dissent. This journey of self-discovery and social awareness fosters environments where authenticity thrives, empowering individuals to navigate complex social landscapes with integrity and compassion. Ultimately, awareness of group pressure serves as a compass for ethical decision-making, promoting a society where individual autonomy and collective responsibility harmoniously coexist. Number 5. Identification of excessive flattery. Being attuned to the subtle nuances of excessive flattery is essential for recognizing when compliments are wielded not just to build rapport, but to manipulate emotions and decisions. Excessive flattery, often cloaked in seemingly harmless praise, operates as a sophisticated tool of influence, akin to a shimmering mirage in the desert that masks hidden intentions beneath its appealing surface. When individuals shower us with continuous accolades, it's natural to feel a surge of positivity and validation. However, behind this facade of admiration may lurk a strategy to exploit our inherent need for approval and affirmation. This manipulation preys on our vulnerabilities, enticing us into a state of complacency where we may overlook discrepancies between the praise we receive and our actual achievements or qualities. Developing a keen sense of self-awareness is pivotal in navigating the terrain of excessive flattery. Cultivating a robust self-esteem grounded in a realistic self-assessment provides a sturdy foundation. It empowers us to discern between genuine appreciation and manipulative tactics aimed at inflating our ego for ulterior motives. This self-assurance serves as a compass, guiding us towards authentic interactions while shielding us from the pitfalls of undue praise. Furthermore, understanding the contextual cues surrounding compliments is crucial. Excessive flattery often manifests in situations where individuals seek something from us, or when praise becomes disproportionately frequent. By maintaining a critical perspective and observing patterns in the interactions, we can better evaluate the sincerity of compliments and guard against falling prey to subtle forms of coercion. Emotional detachment plays a complementary role in navigating interactions characterized by excessive flattery. While graciously accepting compliments, it's imperative to remain objective and refrain from becoming emotionally entangled in the allure of unwarranted praise. This distance enables us to appreciate positive feedback without compromising our ability to scrutinize its authenticity and underlying motivations. Consulting with trusted confidants and seeking external perspectives can provide valuable insights into the nature of compliments we receive. Trusted allies offer impartial viewpoints that help contextualize our experiences and validate our interpretations of interpersonal dynamics. Their perspectives serve as a sounding board, reinforcing our discernment and bolstering our confidence in distinguishing between genuine admiration and manipulative flattery. Ultimately, the ability to differentiate between sincere praise and manipulative tactics enhances our interpersonal skills and fortifies our resilience against undue influence. Authentic connections thrive on mutual respect and transparency, where compliments are genuine reflections of appreciation rather than strategic maneuvers to elicit compliance. By cultivating a discerning mindset, nurturing a healthy sense of self-worth, and fostering relationships built on trust and reciprocity, we empower ourselves to navigate social complexities with integrity and authenticity. Number 6. Recognition of isolation tactics. As the Stoic proverb wisely reminds us, the wise man is neither raised up by prosperity nor cast down by adversity. This timeless wisdom underscores the importance of maintaining inner strength and resilience amidst life's challenges, including those posed by manipulative individuals who seek to isolate and control. Imagine finding yourself metaphorically marooned on an isolated island, cut off from the reassuring presence of your loved ones and trusted allies. This scenario vividly illustrates the strategy of isolation, where the manipulator methodically erodes your connections and support systems. They may subtly sow seeds of doubt about your relationships, casting shadows of suspicion over once solid bonds. Their tactics might escalate to overt demands for exclusivity, criticizing or devaluing the people in your life who offer different perspectives. It's akin to constructing an invisible barrier around you, gradually closing off avenues of communication and understanding with the outside world. To combat these tactics effectively, it's crucial to remain vigilant and proactive. Nurture and cherish your relationships, keeping lines of communication open and actively seeking diverse viewpoints. These connections serve as lifelines, grounding you in reality and offering invaluable emotional support that counters the manipulator's efforts to isolate and control. Imagine Sarah, a bright and ambitious professional who recently joined a new workplace. She quickly impresses her colleagues and gains recognition for her innovative ideas and dedication. However, amidst the praise and camaraderie, Sarah encounters Mark, a senior colleague known for his persuasive charm and influential network within the company. Initially, Mark's interactions with Sarah are friendly and supportive. He offers mentorship and invites her to exclusive meetings where strategic decisions are made. Sarah appreciates the opportunity to learn from someone with Mark's experience and gladly accepts his guidance. As time progresses, Sarah notices subtle changes in her relationships with other team members. Some colleagues seem less inclined to collaborate with her, and casual conversations become strained. She begins to receive fewer invitations to team gatherings and feels excluded from informal discussions that shape office dynamics. Unbeknownst to Sarah, Mark has been strategically positioning himself as her primary confidant and advisor while subtly undermining her relationships with other colleagues. He spreads rumors about her competence behind closed doors, subtly suggesting to others that Sarah might not be a team player or fully aligned with the company's goals. Sarah starts to feel isolated within her own professional circle. She becomes hesitant to share her ideas openly, fearing they might be criticized or misunderstood. The once positive atmosphere at work now feels tense and uncertain, eroding her confidence and sense of belonging. As the isolation deepens, Sarah finds herself increasingly dependent on Mark for validation and guidance. She starts doubting her own abilities and second-guessing her decisions, seeking reassurance from him before taking any significant steps in her projects. Outside of work, Sarah's friends and family notice a change in her demeanor. She becomes withdrawn, avoiding social gatherings and expressing doubts about her career path. They gently encourage her to reach out to other colleagues for support and feedback, but Sarah finds herself hesitating, unsure whom she can trust anymore. Finally, a turning point comes when Sarah attends a company-wide event where she reconnects with a former colleague who had transferred departments months ago. Over a candid conversation, Sarah learns that many of her peers had heard disparaging remarks about her from Mark. The colleague shares insights into how Mark's influence has subtly shaped perceptions about Sarah's capabilities and intentions within the team. Armed with this newfound awareness, Sarah realizes the extent of the isolation tactics employed by Mark. She resolves to confront the situation directly by seeking feedback from a trusted HR advisor and initiating open conversations with her colleagues to rebuild trust and clarify misunderstandings. Through this experience, Sarah learns valuable lessons about recognizing manipulation and protecting her professional relationships. She strengthens her resolve to maintain open communication channels with her peers and establish clear boundaries with mentors and colleagues alike. Sarah emerges from this challenging period with renewed confidence in her abilities and a deeper understanding of the importance of maintaining autonomy and emotional resilience in the face of workplace dynamics. In summary, Sarah's story vividly illustrates how isolation tactics can manifest in a professional setting. It underscores the importance of staying vigilant against subtle manipulations that erode trust and isolate individuals within their social and professional networks. Recognizing these tactics early, maintaining open communication, and seeking support when needed are crucial steps in preserving one's autonomy and emotional well-being in any environment. Setting clear boundaries becomes paramount in defending against isolation tactics. Assert your right to associate freely and spend time with those who uplift and respect you. Establishing these boundaries is akin to fortifying your emotional fortress, ensuring that only those who genuinely support your well-being are granted access. Trusting your instincts plays a pivotal role in this process. If you sense unease or discomfort about changes in your relationships or social dynamics, heed these internal signals. They serve as early warnings against manipulation, guiding you to assert your autonomy and protect your emotional health. Seeking external support is also essential. Consulting with a counselor, therapist, or trusted confidant provides objective insights and validation of your experiences. It reaffirms your reality and bolsters your confidence in navigating the complexities of interpersonal relationships. Recognizing and countering isolation tactics is about preserving your autonomy and emotional well-being. By remaining steadfast in your relationships, setting clear boundaries, trusting your instincts, and seeking support when needed, you reclaim control over your life's narrative. You cultivate relationships based on mutual respect and equality, shielding yourself from manipulation and ensuring your personal growth and happiness. Number 7. Alert to ultimatums. Recognize situations where ultimatums are wielded as tools of coercion, compelling you to decide hastily amidst pressure. It's akin to standing on the precipice, boxed into a dire choice that seems straightforward yet profoundly daunting. Ultimatums serve as a manipulative device to instill urgency and constrain your decisions to conform to another's desires. Identifying this tactic involves discerning when choices are framed in extreme terms. Phrases like, "If you truly cared, you would do this," or "refusal means the end of our relationship," act as glaring signals that someone aims to control your actions through undue pressure and manipulation. The hallmark of ultimatums often masquerades as reasonable propositions initially, but closer scrutiny unveils a disregard for your autonomy and boundaries. It's akin to a deceptive facade, initially benign but concealing more sinister intentions. To counter ultimatums effectively, it's crucial to pause, collect your thoughts, and resist succumbing to immediate demands. Despite the urgency they create, remember that you typically have more time for deliberation than initially perceived. This pause resembles hitting the pause button in a video game, granting you a moment to strategize and weigh your alternatives. Furthermore, assess the implications of each option. Ultimatums often amplify the drawbacks of one choice over another, yet a careful examination of long-term consequences may unveil a path more aligned with your principles and interests. It's akin to consulting a map before choosing a direction, enabling you to envision diverse trajectories and their outcomes. Another strategy involves clearly articulating your feelings and boundaries. By expressing how an ultimatum impacts you and delineating what you find acceptable or not, you reaffirm your independence. Picture firmly planting your feet on the ground, demonstrating resilience against external pressures. Lastly, if ultimatums persistently punctuate a relationship, it warrants a reevaluation. Healthy dynamics should foster mutual respect devoid of threats or coercive tactics. Being attuned to ultimatums and adeptly managing them is pivotal for safeguarding your freedom to choose and ensuring decisions stem from what serves your best interests, not external impositions. Maintain composure, deliberate thoughtfully, and assert your boundaries, essential steps for navigating the complexities of ultimatums. Number 8. Recognition and response to blame tactics. Blame is a subtle yet potent tool of manipulation, akin to a slow-acting poison that seeps into your psyche, fostering self-doubt and undermining your confidence in your decisions and actions. Identifying blame involves being attuned to instances where someone shifts responsibility for their actions or emotions onto you, inducing a persistent sense of guilt. This tactic manifests in various forms, such as statements like, "You make me feel bad when you don't do what I ask," or, "If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have reacted this way." It's akin to receiving a distorted mirror that reflects every move you make as a misstep or flaw. To effectively counteract blame, it's crucial to assert your own reality and affirm the validity of your feelings and perceptions. Resist allowing others to rewrite your narrative or burden you with undue responsibility for matters beyond your control. Visualize it as wielding a shield that deflects the poisoned arrows of guilt aimed your way. Engaging in self-reflection before accepting blame is a valuable strategy. Evaluate whether you genuinely bear responsibility for the situation and whether the accusations leveled against you are fair and justified. This introspective process resembles consulting a detailed map before embarking on a journey, ensuring you navigate from a place of clarity and understanding. Effective communication plays a pivotal role in mitigating the impact of blame. Clearly express your emotions when unjustly accused and establish firm boundaries. For instance, assertively stating, "I understand you're upset, but I cannot accept responsibility for your actions," acts like placing a "do not enter" sign in your emotional landscape, safeguarding your mental and emotional well-being. Furthermore, cultivating a supportive and respectful social environment is paramount. Surrounding yourself with individuals who nurture positivity and uphold mutual respect creates fertile ground for personal growth and emotional resilience. In contrast, environments characterized by hostility or manipulation are akin to barren soil, hindering your ability to thrive. In conclusion, cultivating an awareness of blame is essential for safeguarding your emotional and mental health. By identifying and confronting this insidious tactic, you reclaim agency over your thoughts and actions, shielding yourself from manipulation and unjust guilt. Maintain clarity of mind, fortify your boundaries, and cultivate a healthy social ecosystem to confidently navigate the complexities of interpersonal dynamics. This proactive approach ensures that you uphold your integrity and well-being amidst the challenges posed by blame. Number 9. Awareness of information overload. Now, let's talk about beware of situations where you are overwhelmed with information, often complex or confusing, to hinder your ability to make clear decisions. Information overload is like a storm in your mind. Imagine being in the center of a hurricane of data, facts, and figures swirling around you in all directions. This can make you feel confused, overwhelmed, and ultimately incapable of making informed, rational decisions. This manipulation tactic relies on flooding you with so much detail that you can't see the forest for the trees. Manipulators use this strategy to disorient you, making you more susceptible to their influences or demands. It's like being given a puzzle with too many pieces, expecting you to give up and let them take control. You know what? To protect yourself from this information storm, the first step is to recognize when you are being inundated with too much data. If you find yourself in a situation where the amount of information is overwhelming, take a moment to breathe. It's like pausing in the middle of a frenetic movie to understand the plot. Then, try to simplify the information. Breaking down the data into smaller, more manageable parts is similar to dismantling a complicated engine piece by piece, making it easier to understand and handle. Another effective technique is to ask questions. Questions clarifying doubts can dispel the fog of confusion. Do not be afraid to say, "I don't understand. Can you explain it differently?" It's like asking someone to turn on a flashlight in a dark room. Additionally, seek external opinions or advice. Consulting with an impartial third party can give you a fresh and objective perspective. It's like looking at a map from above, offering a clear view of the landscape. Finally, the thing you need to do is trust your instincts. If something feels overwhelming or confusing, it could be a sign that you are being manipulated. It's like an internal radar alerting you to potential dangers. In general, being aware of information overload is key to maintaining your autonomy and decision-making ability. By recognizing, simplifying, asking questions, and seeking advice, you can remain calm in the eye of the informational storm and make decisions that are truly yours. Remember, in a world where information is power, Protecting your mind is protecting your most valuable fortress. Number 10. Identifying topic shifting. The last part, but almost the most important in this topic. Note when someone constantly changes topics to avoid responsibility or to confuse you. Topic shifting is like a magic trick in a conversation. One moment you're discussing an important issue, and suddenly the topic shifts to something completely different, leaving you puzzled and disoriented. This tactic is used to divert attention from sensitive or compromising topics and is a subtle but powerful form of manipulation. Think of it as being on a clear path and suddenly finding yourself in a maze of dead-end conversations. Manipulators are experts at this game of misdirection. When cornered or questioned, they quickly change the topic to evade responsibility or scrutiny. It's like a dancer performing an elegant step to avoid stepping on dangerous ground. To stay grounded amidst these conversational twists and turns, the first step is to recognize when it's happening. If you notice that the topic changes suddenly without a logical transition, it can be a red flag. It's like realizing that the landscape has suddenly changed on a journey. Once you identify a topic shift, try to steer the conversation back to the original issue. You might say something like, "That's interesting, but I'd like to return to what we were discussing before." It's like a captain redirecting their ship to the original course after a detour. Maintain calm and firmness, and don't get swept away by the current of irrelevant topics. It's like maintaining balance in the midst of strong winds. If the topic shift continues, directly question the intention. You can ask, "Why are we changing the topic?" It's similar to turning on a light in a dark room, revealing what is being hidden. Finally, establish clear boundaries in communication. If you feel the conversation is not productive or is constantly veering off course, it's okay to end the discussion. It's like knowing when it's time to leave a game that is not being played by fair rules. Identifying topic shifting is crucial for maintaining honest and transparent communication. By recognizing, redirecting, and questioning these changes, you affirm your right to a meaningful and respectful conversation. Remember, in the art of conversation, staying the course is as important as knowing how to navigate. In this journey through the 10 ways to recognize and confront manipulation, we have explored a range of tactics used by those who seek to influence our decisions, emotions, and perceptions in an unethical manner. From emotional manipulation to topic shifting, each strategy reveals how manipulators operate and how we can defend ourselves to maintain our autonomy and integrity. It's important to remember that awareness is our most powerful shield. By knowing these tactics, we are better equipped to identify and counteract attempts at manipulation in our daily lives. It's like having a map in complicated territory, guiding us towards safety. Manipulation can present itself in various forms and in different areas of our lives, whether in personal relationships, the workplace, or even the public sphere. However, with the right knowledge and skills, we can stand firm against these challenges, protecting our minds and emotions from unwanted influences. If any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day. Which of these 10 ways to recognize manipulation resonated with you the most? Have you experienced any of these tactics in your life? How have you dealt with them, and what strategies have you found most effective? And plus, you're invited to share your experiences and reflections in the comments. They are not only valuable to me, but also to other readers who may be seeking guidance and support. Together, we can create a community of learning and support where we share knowledge and experiences to effectively confront manipulation. Thank you so much and hope to see you there, dear Stoic.